Ever wonder what truly goes on in a narcissist's mind when you cut off contact? Stick around to uncover their hidden motives and how you can protect your peace. When we talk about going no contact with a narcissist, it's not just about cutting off communication. It's about reclaiming your psychological space and fortifying your sense of self-worth. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a vast forest, a place where you felt lost and disoriented for far too long. Going no contact is like stepping out of that forest into the open air, where the sun shines and you can finally see the horizon. This decision can be daunting, as narcissists often wield their charm and manipulation like a magician casting spells. They thrive on control and validation, constantly seeking to draw you back into their web. By choosing to go no contact, you're setting a boundary that says, "My peace is non-negotiable." It's an act of self-preservation and empowerment, signaling that you will no longer be a pawn in their game. In the next few minutes, we'll delve into the intricacies of what this means for both you and the narcissist. We'll explore the psychological dynamics at play and how you can harness the wisdom of Stoicism to navigate this challenging terrain. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's begin this journey towards emotional freedom and resilience. Welcome to the intriguing world of narcissism, a realm where the need for control and validation reigns supreme. Imagine, if you will, a person who is constantly seeking admiration like a moth to a flame. This is the essence of a narcissist. Their behavior is driven by an insatiable hunger for affirmation from others. But what exactly is narcissism? At its core, narcissism is a personality disorder characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. This may sound like a simple definition, but it encapsulates complex psychological dynamics that can deeply impact those around them. Narcissists often view themselves as the center of the universe, with an unwavering belief in their superiority. This distorted self-perception is not just arrogance, it is a fundamental part of their identity. They are constantly on the lookout for ways to reinforce their grandiose self-image. Now, why is this understanding crucial? Because when you decide to go no contact with a narcissist, you're challenging their reality. You're removing the source of their validation and control, which can trigger a range of reactions. Some may try to lure you back with charm, while others might resort to more manipulative tactics. By grasping the psychological need for control and validation in narcissists, you can better anticipate their responses and protect your emotional well-being. This knowledge is the first step towards empowerment in the face of narcissistic behavior. Let's dive into the typical reactions of a narcissist when you decide to go no contact. This can be a bewildering experience, akin to watching a play unfold where the actors refuse to stick to the script. A narcissist thrives on control and validation. These are the twin pillars that uphold their fragile self-esteem. When you cut off contact, what you essentially do is pull the rug out from under these pillars, leaving them scrambling to regain their footing. Initially, the narcissist might be struck by disbelief. Imagine, if you will, a stage magician whose tricks suddenly stop working. There's confusion, a sense of disbelief that their audience is no longer under their spell. This disbelief can quickly morph into a desperate attempt to reassert control. They may bombard you with messages, try to reach out through mutual friends, or even show up unannounced, all in a bid to restore the status quo. You see, for a narcissist, relationships are less about mutual respect and more about maintaining a constant source of admiration and control. When you disrupt this dynamic, it's akin to taking away their lifeline. The narcissist's mind is a turbulent sea, and your no contact is the rock that creates ripples, disturbing the illusion of their calm waters. They'll try to reel you back in with various tactics, each designed to break your resolve and re-establish their influence. Understanding these reactions is crucial. It arms you with the knowledge that their behaviors are not reflections of your worth or value, but rather symptoms of their own internal struggles. This awareness is the first step in maintaining your peace and sticking to your decision. Remember, the storm they create is temporary, but your peace is a long-term investment in your well-being. Let's delve into the fascinating realm of Stoicism and uncover its profound relevance in navigating the tumultuous waters of relationships with narcissists. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy founded in the early 3rd century BC, teaches us to cultivate an inner fortress of emotional resilience. This philosophy offers a powerful toolkit for maintaining our sanity and sense of self when faced with the manipulative antics of a narcissist. At its core, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. This simple yet profound insight is incredibly liberating. When dealing with a narcissist, we often find ourselves ensnared in their web of control and validation. They thrive on our emotional reactions, feeding off our need for their approval or our desire to set things right. However, by adopting a Stoic mindset, we learn to detach from this need for external validation. We begin to see that the narcissist's actions and attempts to provoke us are beyond our control. Instead, we focus on what we can control: our reactions, our thoughts, and our inner peace. Stoicism encourages us to embrace the present moment with acceptance and equanimity. When a narcissist tries to manipulate us or shatter our resolve, we remind ourselves that their behavior is merely an external event. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, we can observe these events without becoming entangled in them. This detachment doesn't mean we become indifferent or passive. Rather, it empowers us to act with clarity and purpose, aligned with our values and not the whims of another. Stoicism also teaches us the value of self-sufficiency and the cultivation of inner virtues. By focusing on developing qualities like courage, wisdom, and self-control, we build an unshakable foundation that a narcissist cannot penetrate. This shift from seeking external validation to nurturing our internal values is a key strategy in maintaining our psychological boundaries. In essence, Stoicism equips us with the strength to uphold our decision to go no contact with a narcissist, reinforcing our commitment to protect our peace and prioritize our well-being. It's about reclaiming our power and understanding that true freedom lies in the mastery of our own minds, not in the approval of others. Let's dive into the initial tactics a narcissist employs when you decide to go no contact. It can be a tumultuous period, filled with a range of manipulative behaviors. One of the first moves in their playbook is often the silent treatment, a strategy designed to make you feel anxious and unsure about your decision. By withdrawing communication suddenly, they aim to create a sense of unease, hoping you'll reach out to re-establish the connection. This silence is not a passive act but a calculated one, intended to lure you back into their sphere of influence. Another common tactic is leveraging mutual connections to relay messages or gather information about your life post-separation. They might use friends or family as intermediaries, subtly manipulating these individuals to pressure you into breaking no contact. This manipulation can make it challenging to maintain boundaries, especially if those around you are unaware of the narcissist's true nature. Understanding these tactics is crucial for maintaining your peace and resolve. The goal of the narcissist is often to provoke a reaction, any reaction, as it signifies that they still hold sway over your emotions and decisions. Recognizing these behaviors for what they are, attempts to regain control, empowers you to stand firm. By anticipating these moves, you can prepare yourself mentally and emotionally, fortifying your defenses against their manipulative strategies. Remember, the path to reclaiming your life from a narcissist involves understanding their games and refusing to play them. Let's delve into the psychological warfare that ensues when you decide to go no contact with a narcissist. Imagine, if you will, a chessboard where each move is calculated and the stakes are your mental peace and self-worth. A narcissist, stripped of their usual avenues of control, will often resort to intricate psychological maneuvers to break your resolve. One classic tactic is the guilt trip. They may send messages that tug at your heartstrings, painting themselves as victims of your sudden absence. It's crucial to recognize that this is not a genuine appeal for connection, but rather a strategic ploy to reel you back in. By evoking guilt, they're attempting to manipulate your emotions, hoping you'll feel compelled to resume contact. Emotional manipulation is another weapon in their arsenal. This could manifest as them spreading rumors or lies to mutual acquaintances, aiming to tarnish your reputation and make you doubt your decision. They thrive on chaos and discord as it draws attention back to them. It's in these moments that the teachings of Stoicism become invaluable. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our own actions and responses, and to accept what we cannot change. By adhering to this philosophy, you can shield yourself from their psychological games. Remember, it's not about denying your emotions, but understanding them without letting them dictate your actions. In doing so, you preserve your peace and reinforce your boundaries, making it clear that their attempts to manipulate you are futile. Understanding these tactics equips you to remain steadfast, seeing through their games with a clarity that only Stoic wisdom can provide. This clarity is your armor, ensuring you remain unshaken, no matter the psychological tactics they employ. Let's dive into a realm that has become an integral part of modern life: social media. For a narcissist, social media is more than just a platform to share moments. It's a stage where they can craft and control their narrative. When you've gone no contact, a narcissist might ramp up their activity on these platforms, posting pictures that depict a life of bliss and fulfillment. Why do they do this? It's a calculated move to project an image of happiness and success, subtly implying that your absence hasn't affected them in the slightest. This is where the Stoic principle of understanding the nature of things becomes invaluable. By recognizing that their social media posts are not reflections of reality, but rather curated highlights, you can detach emotionally from their provocations. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, advised us to be indifferent to what makes no difference. In this context, it means acknowledging that their online persona is not your concern. Moreover, they might even use mutual friends to relay these exaggerated tales of joy, hoping to trigger a reaction. The key is to understand that these are tactics meant to undermine your resolve and lure you back into their web of control. By practicing Stoic detachment, you can shield yourself from these psychological games. Social media is just one of the many battlegrounds where a narcissist will try to engage you. But with Stoicism, you can maintain your emotional independence and fortify your peace. When faced with the relentless psychological tactics of a narcissist, Stoicism offers a powerful refuge. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, provides tools to maintain emotional independence and resilience, which are crucial when going no contact with a narcissist. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what we cannot. In the context of dealing with narcissists, this means understanding that we cannot control their reactions or attempts to manipulate us, but we can control our own responses and emotions. Imagine you're in a situation where a narcissist is trying to provoke you by spreading rumors or sharing misleading posts on social media. A Stoic approach would encourage you to focus on your inner peace rather than reacting to these external provocations. By practicing mindfulness and emotional detachment, you can observe their tactics without being swayed by them. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with virtue and rationality. By applying these principles, you can remind yourself that your worth is not determined by the narcissist's opinion or actions. Instead, your value comes from your character and the virtues you cultivate within yourself. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to practice gratitude and focus on the positives in our life. When you go no contact, it's an opportunity to reflect on the freedom and peace you gain, rather than the chaos and stress you've left behind. By embracing the Stoic mindset, you empower yourself to stay grounded and maintain your resolve, despite the narcissist's attempts to undermine it. In conclusion, Stoicism provides the mental armor needed to resist manipulation and maintain control over your own life. By embracing this philosophy, you can protect your peace and continue on your path to emotional freedom. Imagine a man named Michael. Like many of us, Michael found himself entangled in a relationship that slowly eroded his sense of self. The person he was involved with was charming and charismatic on the surface, but deeply narcissistic beneath. Over time, Michael noticed a pattern: constant demands for attention, a need to control his every move, and a perpetual hunger for validation. It was as if he was living in a world where his needs and feelings were perpetually sidelined. When Michael first learned about the concept of going no contact, it seemed both liberating and terrifying. No contact meant cutting off all communication, a total severance from the person who had been a significant part of his life. However, Michael realized that it was a necessary step to reclaim his autonomy and peace of mind. Initially, the narcissist's reaction was predictable. There was disbelief, followed by attempts to regain control through manipulation. Friends were contacted under the guise of concern, messages were left under the pretext of urgency, and social media became a theater of performative happiness, designed to lure Michael back into the fold. This is where Stoicism became Michael's anchor. Stoicism, with its emphasis on focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not, offered Michael a philosophical toolkit to navigate the tumult. He learned that he could not control the narcissist's actions or the external attempts to provoke him, but could control his response to them. Michael started practicing daily reflections, a Stoic habit which helped him maintain clarity and perspective. There were moments of doubt, of course, but Michael reminded himself of Marcus Aurelius's words: "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." With each day of no contact, Michael felt a renewed sense of freedom. He was no longer tethered to the whims of someone else's emotional turbulence. Instead, he was reclaiming his narrative, one decision at a time. Through this journey, Michael discovered that the real victory lay not in changing the narcissist, but in strengthening his own resilience and commitment to his well-being. Stoicism provided the philosophical armor that shielded him from emotional manipulation and helped him find peace amidst chaos. In this pivotal moment, we delve deeper into how Stoicism became the anchor for maintaining no contact and achieving a profound sense of peace. Imagine navigating through the stormy seas of emotional turmoil, where every wave is an attempt by the narcissist to pull you back into the chaos. Here, Stoicism acts as your steadfast vessel, providing stability and direction. The core of Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what is beyond our grasp. This principle is particularly empowering when dealing with narcissistic relationships. By focusing on your own responses and emotional health, you reinforce your boundary against their manipulative tactics. Take, for example, the practice of negative visualization, a Stoic exercise where you imagine the worst-case scenarios. When faced with the narcissist's attempts to provoke guilt or anger, this practice prepares you to respond with calm and detachment, rather than being swept away by their provocations. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to accept the present moment and the emotions it brings without judgment. This acceptance enables you to sit with discomfort without feeling the need to react impulsively, thereby maintaining the no-contact boundary. The narcissist thrives on eliciting a reaction, but when you adopt a Stoic mindset, you strip them of this power. Ultimately, the turning point in maintaining no contact lies in the realization that peace is not something the narcissist can give or take away. It is cultivated from within, nurtured by the Stoic principles of resilience and self-control. As you continue on this journey, remember that every moment of silence from the narcissist is a testament to your strength and a step closer to lasting emotional freedom. As we draw our discussion to a close, let's revisit the powerful intersection of Stoicism and the challenge of navigating relationships with narcissists. At the core, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and reactions, rather than the unpredictable actions of others. This mindset is crucial when dealing with narcissistic individuals who thrive on manipulation and control. By adopting Stoic principles, you're not just cutting off contact physically, you're reclaiming your mental and emotional space. It's about breaking free from the cycle of validation that a narcissist desperately seeks. Remember, your peace is your power. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Embracing this Stoic wisdom can transform your experience from one of turmoil to tranquility, guiding you towards a more balanced and fulfilling life, free from toxic influences.